VZ, and we are about to vibe with the People's Champ. So tap in.
The people's champ must be everything the people can't be.
We're back again with another episode of Get in Tune. Today we have a guest, my sis, my family. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. First of all, how you doing?
I'm good. How you been?
I'm good. So if you want to go ahead, by starting to interview you off by just introducing yourself, telling people where you're from or anything else you feel like they need to know.
Yes. My name is VZ. I'm from Detroit, and I am the owner of Voracious Intimate Apparel.
Okay. So can you kind of get into what it is, like what Voracious is, break it down like a little more?
So I primarily sell lingerie, but I have recently added sex toys as a part of it. So I'm in a process of currently expanding. So pretty much it started off as one thing, and now I'm actually getting a process. I have a manufacturer that I'm working with too now, so it can be completely my own instead of working with vendors, because there are a lot of other lingerie companies that have access to the same vendors that I do. So I kind of want to stand out a little bit more.
Got it. So how did you get into this? Like what was the day you decided, like, hey, I'm gonna launch this, and like, how was that about? Take us back through that.
So it would have been in 2016. So back when I was in college, I actually threw a lingerie party. It was invite only. I had got a promo video made for it, hired a videographer and everything. I actually did not put the video that I got made on Instagram or social media on until like a year later. So if you got the text, then that was your invitation to the party. So prior to the event, people were sending me like their outfits and what they wanted to wear. So I would send back my response like, okay, well, I think this is cute, or I think you should add this, put on thigh highs or whatever. So one of my friends, I really do not understand why this particular thing, but this was like this was it. But she basically sent me a picture, and I was like, oh, okay, this is cute. You're going to look cute. You should wear this. And she was like, okay. So the next day, she literally sent me a picture like less than 24 hours, the same exact thing. So I was like, you sent me this already. And she was like, oh my God, I completely forgot. I don't know why, but that literally did it for me. I was like, it's crazy what happened to the mind once you put the lingerie on. So I had the event. We did have a few kinks with, but that's neither here nor there. But overall, the party turned out really good. And I did have a mix of male and females. And I thought the men would be an issue, but everybody was cool and, respectful for the most part. So I really felt like everybody was shy. They came out their shells once. Everybody was adamant about a robe. Like everybody wanted to wear a robe. By the end of the night, nobody had a robe on. It was like everybody was completely confident, liberated. Like they was able to really be themselves, still dressed like this stuff. So I was like, you know what? I think this should be a thing that I do. Cause I like how it made me feel. So that was like a spark for me. So I ended up actually trying to source out vendors. I was really unlucky. I couldn't find nothing. And everything that I found looked like they just put two pieces of fabric together and just glued it. It was like horrible. So I kind of was like getting annoyed, but I just kept looking. So this is like, I'm out of school now. I've graduated and everything, but I'm back at home and I don't have a job. And I think my mom, she actually gave me $500 to place my first order, because that was a requirement from the vendor. Once I actually found the vendor, you had to spend $500 initially before you could do anything else. I was making maybe $8 an hour. I ended up working at a nursing home. I felt stupid because I had a degree. So I'm like, you know what? But nobody was calling me back. But that was the start. So I LLC'd it. I registered with the state of Michigan. I opened up a checkings account, like to separate my personal and business matters. And I made my first order, and that's how I got started.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. What would you say, like, how important do you feel like it was to get the LLC? Do you feel like they gave you an extra push? Do you feel like it just organized you? Can you kind of speak a little more to like why you decided to do that?
It did, because I know I knew a lot of people who had started businesses and stuff like that, and they really, I feel like it gives it a more professional touch. It takes you further, because you have some vendors that I was dealing with. That's a requirement. Like you have to fill out you have to apply to be one of them, and some of them they want references from other vendors that you've worked with. So it's really about establishing like a level of professionalism and being able to network so you can open up doors to access other vendors, and that kind of bring different opportunities, because every vendor don't offer the same thing. I have some vendors that stop at like 3x. I have some that goes up to 5x. So if you can kind of broaden your horizon with that, I feel like you should establish that level of professionalism. You need to be licensed.
Facts. Let's get into some of the designs and stuff, like for your lingerie. Like, is this all you? Are you drawing this up? Are you just like how does that work? What is that process like?
Okay, so of course I had trial and error like 1,000 times. It was, like I said, this was something that I started in like 2016. I did start, it was seemingly, I'm gonna say seemingly going well, and then I had to stop. It was at a time when I wasn't financially stable in my personal life I couldn't put money into my business the way I wanted to, because I was irresponsible spending personally. So it wasn't working out. And then again, I was making like $8 an hour. So it's like, I got car note, insurance, phone bill, I got to eat still. Like, I have to survive. So it was kind of like all of those factors with my own irresponsible behavior. It just didn't work out. So I initially started off with vendors, and that's what I was doing for a while. And then I stopped, and then I started back. And then I learned how to sew. So at one point in time, I was custom designing everything. Like, I completely stepped away from the vendors, because I was like, you know what, I can't really draw, but if it's in my head and I know how to make it, then it'll be exactly how I wanted it. So I did start to custom make it. I had got a video. I hired another videographer. I was renting out rooms. I was trying to do photo shoots and videos. I'm trying to brand and market. And the videographer actually ran off on me. And I won't go so far into it, but that kind of like put a real, because the vision that I had, and if he would have executed it according to how I paid him, for one, but if he would have executed the vision that I had, it was going to take me to a next level. Like, I be having a lot of stuff in my head that's very, very creative, but that kind of, I'm not going to say it stopped me, but it did put a pause on it. And then again, I was at a point where I started being irresponsible. So it was like, okay, so now I don't have the money to fund, and because it was like, now if that was to happen, then I would take a loss, but I would still be able to be like, okay, well, let me reach out to a different person. So now I am back doing vendors, because I want to be able to perfect the sewing to be able to market it the way I want. Because I do have, like, I actually get more inquiries and people who actually want to buy the stuff that I actually made, as opposed to the stuff from the vendors. But I know the quality of it. And if you don't know about sewing and designing and making clothes, then you don't know, like, okay, well, this could be actually a lot better. So I'm not the type of person who wants to just sell something just to sell it. I want the quality to be matched. So I'm in the process of, perfecting me sewing it before I revert back to omitting the vendors. So right now I am using vendors, but like I said, I've opened up to even adding sex toys and everything else. So I'm still trying to expand and grow at the same time.
That's dope. That's dope. And how is that venture going with the sex toys? How's that venture going? Is that going good?
It's actually going great. It's a good time. What I will say, I think it's a good time because it's kind of a unique experience. Because I get invited to hear about a lot of people's personal, intimate stories. Like, so of course, like, okay, this particular, like, this is a butt plug or anal plug. Some people is what they call it. So this is like one of my most popular sex toys that I sell. And it's people who've never, ever even tapped into anything anal related. I know some people say like, okay, I had the thumb, but that was as far as it went. And they're buying them. It's like, I don't know. It's cute. It is cute. And I think that's the intriguing part about it. Like, I know people who literally like, oh my gosh, I need this. I got to have this. I think I want to try it. So and then they'll tell me like their experience with it. We laugh, we joke, but I like the reaction. I like the excitement that they get from it. They give me the reaction. I have had males, they've bought it for females. I actually love when I get purchases from men because it's different, but I feel like that's a good audience to have because essentially, anyway, when a woman is wearing lingerie, most likely if it's not for a photo shoot, a party, or like a girls' night out or something like that, then it's for her man. So I do feel like that's a good audience to have. But people like the sex toys. They enjoy the sex toys. I will say the wine, that's one of it doesn't sell as much, and I think it's probably because it's one of my most expensive ones, but I am actually sold out of it. So all of the ones that I've had, I did sell out of those. But that one, like, I wish I would have actually had this so I could show you the response, but it's like, it's a demon. That bitch is a demon, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's federal. And it's like it's trying to prove a point, and they do it every time. And some of y'all, like, that's my opinion, but my opinion is very congruent with a lot of other people's opinions. So it's like, I'm not capping in my raps. It's really something to have. And I think if you married, single, in a relationship, not in a relationship, there's somebody, you should try it. But it's pressure for sure.
Definitely. I seen you touch on like you said something about marketing, like the hotels and the photo shoots. What are you doing to market now, even with the toys and the new lingerie that you have? Like, are you still doing those photo shoots? Any videos coming out or anything like that?
So I like photo shoots. As far as getting them done professionally, like, I don't think that you need them all the time because there's boutiques and businesses that do not necessarily they use like their phone. But I don't know all the portrait modes and, everything like that. So I am in the process of learning some of that stuff, but I think it gives it more of a inviting, like, alluring type of look, a more clear-cut image when it's done professionally, at least for the industry that I'm in. But I do think scenic routes, like, I feel like even now I can take this robe off and have on something underneath, and if the right person is able to capture it, then it will come out as a good picture. But I haven't done a photo shoot maybe in about a month and a half. But I am planning to do something possibly before the year is over, just to either get in the holiday spirit or to bring the new year in. I do have a video concept in mind, so I do have a few demons that are ready to.
Drop on here.
Say it again.
I said it's an exclusive drop on this interview right here. That's an exclusive drop.
Oh yes, we giving the people what they need to know, but we definitely. I can't tell you what song that I want to do, but the song that I would like to do, it's definitely going to be a good visual. It's definitely going to catch attention. I definitely have people that I'm around that's very supportive and they're willing to participate to help execute my vision accordingly and thoroughly. But I feel like it's definitely, it'll have class, it'll have sex appeal, it'll have everything that goes into the industry that I'm in. So it's gonna be tasteful.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I know you just talked about, the video. You talked about lingerie, the sex toys. Is there anything like you us Voracious actually plan on getting into in the future? Do you plan on expanding that, or is it kind of like this is the lane right now and this is what we focus on?
No, I'm all for expansion and growth, because it's like now I'm at the point, like I enjoy this. So it's like, even though, like I said, I told you off camera before that I'm not really a camera person. I pretty much have I take a few shots before every photo shoot or any video that I ever done, just to, help get me in the mode. But I think that I'm at the point now where I'm fully immersed and I have pleasure in doing, what I do. So I don't think that it'll be like too big of an issue. Like, I plan on fully expanding and growing. That's the biggest thing for me, which is why I did mention earlier, I'm working with the manufacturer now. So with with the manufacturer, like now if I have something shipped, it's from a vendor. So it's that vendor's product and I'm reselling it. My manufacturer is something that, like, I sent them a design that I came up with personally. And it was actually one of the things that I sold. It was unreleased, but I sent them that design and they're basically manufacturing. So it's like, now I can pretty much say, okay, well, that design I want you to make in 10 smalls, 8 mediums, 6 larges, extra large, in black, red, pink, and white. So that's kind of like a stress reliever, 1. And 2, it's like, it's more personalized because it's exactly how I want it, down from the fabric, the materials, the colors, the sizes, and the quantity. So I'm definitely down for expansion. I'm thinking about adding cosmetics, but it's in the works. But I'm waiting for a lot of personal reasons. But I need a timeline to kind of just so everything can be a domino effect. But expansion and growth. So right now it is lingerie and sex toys, but it started off as just lingerie. So I kind of have already got into expanding. But it's gonna keep growing, definitely.
Definitely will. Do you have any advice for anyone trying to get into, lingerie or anything else? Like, do you have any advice that you just want to tell the people?
I would say versatility. Be open to a lot of different stuff. Cause one thing that I have ordered, like I don't know if I have it right here with me. But it's a whole thing called BDSM. And it puts you in the mind of 50 Shades of Grey type of stuff. So, and that's a whole lifestyle, and that's a big, big audience and a big industry. Somebody actually told me about it a few years ago. And I kind of was like, it was a good idea for me, but at that time, I just wasn't ready to do it. But I have like ball gags. It's like a ball that goes in your mouth and it has straps that connect and they go around your head. Some people have pleasure in seeing other people gag, so that's kind of like a thing. I have ropes. I actually had somebody buy that. It hasn't, but this was someone who personally knows me, because I actually didn't list it on my website until after they bought it. So it is now on the site, but a lot of people are into that, and a lot of people look at it as weird, and it's like, okay, well, why do I want to get whipped, and why do I want to, sex is supposed to be pleasurable. Why would I want to inflict pain upon myself or have someone else do it? But that's a whole audience that, because it's not common to us, it's not really presented in a lot of other things. So I would say be open to being versatile, because it's a thing. And I just, from the person who bought that, they told me that they had a blast and their partner had a blast, and it's an industry. But I would say to anybody, be versatile, be open to working with different people, be patient with customers. I would say that, because I do have a customers that ask me a lot of stuff that's already presented, like on my page or on the website, but I don't really get mad or try to be rude, because it's just not a good customer service type of thing. And I mean, why would you want to be rude when you're trying to build a brand? Because those people are going to be, you know, what keeps you going and what keeps your business being great. So I would say be patient with customers and just be open to whatever, be ready to network whenever. A lot of times I've learned to try to be a walking advertisement. So I had an outfit. I think my sister's birthday was like last week. So we went out. So I ended up wearing like a bralette from my collection as part of the outfit. So a lot of times people will ask me like, oh, where did you get your outfit from? So now it's like, okay, well, this is from my collection and I can hand them a business card. And it's just that simple. So I would say just be a walking advertisement as much as you can. If it's not you, then, you know, maybe somebody else. Because I'm kind of more of a liberated type of person. So a lot of the like people that I know personally, men in particular that think that they want to date me, they have issues with my Instagram and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm a very liberated person, so that doesn't affect me, and I don't really care about, you know, people seeing what they seeing. But I mean, if you're not that type of person, then make sure you have somebody or hire models. That's another way to be professional. But I do have a good support system of people that I know that if I did need to, like I can call somebody down, like, I need you to put this on, and they'll do it with no issue. So, and just keep consistency, because that kind of stopped me before. When I'm consistent, I get a lot of business, and anytime I have lacked consistency, then it's like I'm not putting forth no effort, so I won't see any progress. But those would be my words of advice.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That was some real good advice. Appreciate that. I'm pretty sure the people appreciate that as well. Before we end the interview, is there anything else that you want to say? You know what I'm saying? Tell the people where they can find it, find everything that you talked about, you know, whatever else you want to say.
Yes. So again, the business name is Voracious. My Instagram page is Shop Voracious, so ShopVoracious. My website, the link is in the bio on my page. I do respond to DMs. I'm not one of those people who are, you know, rude or won't really respond. If it's because, you know, some people really genuinely may not know, and maybe it's something on my end that I failed to post. So I do respond to DMs, but I think I offer quality pieces. I think it's fun. I think my customers have fun. Actually, I know they have fun because they end up sending me stuff. I'm very confidential, so some pictures you may see on my page, it doesn't have a face on it. But that's because the person didn't want me to post it. So anytime people send me pictures, because most people don't have a lot of confidence enough to send a picture in lingerie, but if they tell me that they don't want their face shown, I don't tell other people who that person is. But if they don't care, then it's going on the page. But yeah, come check me out, see what Big B has in store, and, you know, tap in, follow me. I have good products, good energy. I'm actually going to start doing more videos. I'm thinking about doing a segment on Saturdays in the afternoons. I'm going to have some good, fun content, but that you will have to follow me to, you know, to tap in, to lock in. So, as you should.
And that's the Shop Voracious page, or is it?
Yes, the business page. I mean, you're welcome to follow the regular page as well, but the business page, I will be posting a lot of videos. I really want to add a segment on the weekends to kind of introduce and, you know, set the tone for the upcoming week.
Okay. Again, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Get in tune with Voracious.
Thank you. Appreciate it.